Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. Brennan again. Starting today in my kitchen. I'm about to have lunch, and although it is Monday, I'm working from home. I do want to say I don't want you guys to get the wrong impression because over the course of the last week, I've been working from home a little bit more than usual, and that's because last week I was doing some editing on a video where I needed my workstation, and today the reason I'm at home is only because I had an early morning training with some people over in Cork, Ireland. So I was doing training from 7 to 9 over a WebEx, so it's like a telephone conference call as well as a PowerPoint and video as well, only because, as you know, Rhode Island and Ireland aren't necessarily close together. So I had some trainings to do this morning, and rather than after that have to drive an hour or so into the office, I decided to just do some work from home because I could be more productive there. And I say that as I'm sitting there in my kitchen filming what's soon to be my lunch. So you could argue that that's not very productive. So I'll show you my lunch too, but I wanted to explain that just so you guys don't think that I'm always at home sitting like this, because this is a very rare occasion that I get to work from home, but can't lie, it's been nice. Now, one of the things I also want to show you is in the previous video you saw where I did a quick house tour. I showed you these windows and I told you I didn't really have time to clean or put anything together. I wanted to explain this just in case you point this out in the video, which I'm sure some of you will. These window panes are fairly glossed over. The reason is they have a protective film on it. We honestly just had these doors put in about a week ago, and as part of that, these doors come with protective film on the panes, as well as this is just primed right now, so it's not actually painted, although it does kind of match because of the white trim otherwise. So what happens is you paint these, and then they have the protective covering on the pane so that even if you go over with painting, you can then just peel them off and it looks normal. Now, getting on to lunch, what I have today, I'm probably gonna go train right after this, half an hour or so on my lunch break, technically. So to show you what I'm having, something fairly light, I have a chicken sandwich, so that's chicken, deli chicken, about 4 ounces just on some bread with some spicy mustard. Have some leftover pizza. This is actually my roommate's fiance's pizza. They got it this weekend, I think Saturday night, so it's Monday, so it's still good. But he is, or what he claims to be, gluten intolerant. Nick, right? So he won't eat this, and she only comes down every couple of days because they don't live together just yet. So that means I win and I get to have this. And I also have over here some sweet cupcakes. So these are from my girlfriend's, fiance's, and I'm saying fiance, not Beyonce, fiance's family. We went to see them over this weekend, had to help her dad put some new lining in their pool. And it was her birthday like 2 weeks ago, so they gave her those just kind of to celebrate the birthday. So let me flip this around, and you're all up in my face. So that's what I'm having for lunch. I'm gonna eat this. Like I said, I'm gonna go train, and you guys will see that footage probably right after this. Or actually, you'll see me in the car, and then you'll see training. You'll see it anyways. Get off my back. All right, so we're here at the gym. It's about an hour and a half after that last video where I ate lunch. I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling a little bloated. Maybe I shouldn't have gone for that extra cupcake, but today is squat day. It should be a fairly good day. It's gonna be a heavy day. I think the first working sets calls for 464 sets of 5, I believe, so that should definitely be interesting. Got the high socks on today, so hopefully that plays a big difference. As we know, they're very anabolic, so there's not much more to say, but let's get to it. All right, so we're back in the gym, and as I said, 3 sets of 5 at 460 pounds, and let me be the first to say it, today my depth was bad. Worse than it's been, and typically it's pretty bad. It was even worse today. Now, some interesting things about today, however, you'll see I'm squatting on this rack, and I hardly ever squat on this rack. In fact, I think it's my first time, so you're seeing my virgin squat and breaking in this rack. The reason being is I typically use the 2 racks on the right. I like the hooks better. There's not as much room. There's very little lip on it, so it's very easy to get the bar out. However, when I got to the gym today, both of those racks were in use, and I spent even longer than normal going into work on my mobility. And I finally got to the point where I was like, damn, you know what? I really need to just squat. My body is ready. So I went in, bit the bullet and said, you know, I'm not comfortable on this rack, but I'm just gonna do it because I figure if I work on stuff I'm uncomfortable with, that'll help me in the long run. And literally as soon as I got to like my second or third warm-up set,
everybody, for the most part, left the gym. And I was just at the point now where I was like, you know what, I'm already committed, I'm not gonna leave, so I just went ahead and stuck with it. So here you see a little bit of a different angle. Some other things to point out, I'm wearing my Rebands again. A lot of you have been asking why I'm wearing them, and I will tell you, I still do prefer my SBDs, but my SBDs are really, really, really tight. Talking super tight. And they're quite difficult to get on and off, especially now that it's summer when it's really hot. I just haven't really felt like messing with them. The Rebands are a little bit looser. They're very easy to get on and off, although they do honestly smell like dog shit. And I know you can put them in the freezer, and I know you can wash them, and I do all that. They still smell like dog shit. So here's seeing my last set, and I'm kind of happy that I at least got all the reps, because 3 sets at 5 at 460 pounds is fairly good for me. And I've actually been in a little bit of a deficit. In fact, I'm down probably about 5 pounds. I weigh just about 233 most days, fluctuate a little bit up and down by about 2 or 3 pounds, but I'm slowly kind of chipping away at all them fluffy gains I got going on in my stomach region. But I probably don't want to go below 230. So that might play a role in this, but let's be honest, I can't really make excuses because everyone does that already, and I'm not trying to. I'm just being a big old bitch, which I mention quite frequently. What you're seeing here is my first set of my next exercise, which is paused high bar squats, and I got a side angle here just so you can see that I can get depth when I go high bar. However, I feel just much stronger when I'm in a low bar position, so might have to bite the bullet and, like I said, work on some things and figure some stuff out. I ended up doing 3 sets of 330 for 5 reps each. Again, you're just seeing the first set here just so you can see depth and just so you know that I did it. As always, if you want to find out more information about the workouts that I do, you can follow me in Fitocracy. I log everything in there, even the warm-up sets. From there, we moved on to deficit stiff-legged deads. Again, I'm just showing you the first set here, which was 330 for 8 reps. Double overhand, no chalk, no belt. Felt really smooth. The next 2 sets were 2 sets of 6 at 360 pounds. Got those no problem, but again, just didn't film for time's sake. So, see a little bit of distortion here because of the angle, but what are you gonna really do? I'm really trying to thrust my hips through and bring my chest through, because I know sometimes I have issue with that on my traditional deadlift pulls, and that's something Dan has me working on. So this felt fairly good. From here, we moved on to pull-ups, and again, using this rack, it's a little shorter so my feet hang, so I try to lift them up. I don't want them to hit the ground, and because of this, again, my range of motion, the hell is that? My range of motion is a little bit shorter and not so sweet. It called for 3 sets of as many reps as possible. You're seeing the very first set here, which was 15. Second set, I believe I got 14 reps, and then the last set I got 13, so fairly good. Got a good old pump going in my back. And then I did 3 sets of hanging leg raises of 15 reps. Didn't film those because, again, pretty boring.
Alright, so I just got back from the gym, and I gotta tell you, I am dying. Those squat days kill me. My knees are sore, my whole body is tired, and maybe it's because I'm in a caloric deficit, I don't know, or maybe it's just because I'm squatting pretty heavy. You guys saw my mobility and some issues there. I'm going to try to get some feedback, and hopefully I've included that in this video because I'm going to wait today, see what Dan says, and see what the other people over in the BBSM group on Facebook really have for me. Just because it's kind of frustrating on my end, but it is what it is, and what are you going to do? Now, I also came home to this, a nice package, and typically if I came home and got a package in my face, I wouldn't really be too thrilled, but in this case, I am thrilled because this is from my friends over at Citadel Nutrition. So I had mentioned in the other video, I think last week, that I was using Promera Sports. I've also been using some BSN NO Explode recently because I've been all out of Tier 1. The great guys at Citadel, Daniel and John, saw that and said, hey, we'll get you out a package. I think that was on a Thursday, and here it is Monday, and I have a big package in my face. So, casting cow special, anyone. So, go ahead and just open this and see what we got. And it looks like, oh my goodness, we have some Tier 1, we have some Tier 1, we have some Tier 1, and last but not least, oh, we have some Tier 1. So big thank you to Daniel and John, and of course, with that, they always send these handwritten notes. Let's see what it says. I think I can share this. Sharing some personal letters. Brandon, really awesome. You thinking of us and sending those guys some Tier 1. So I mentioned I'd actually sent some to Max Tuning and Kristen Guzman out of my own personal stash, and that's why I ran out. Here's some more product for yourself and any opportunities to share. So maybe we'll do a giveaway. I think I actually have another giveaway coming up soon, so you might hear more about that. So please don't ask in the comment section below. I will let you know if and when that happens.
Respectfully Gains. Thanks, John. So John sent this out. P.S. We'll send out another package on Monday when the fish oil comes in. So I really can't thank Citadel Nutrition enough. It's really cool to get these handwritten notes, not to mention all the support they've shown me and my channel by sending me shirts and stuff like that. They're actually sending me a branded singlet and I think an Under Armour bag as well. And honestly, I couldn't ask for a better relationship only because they don't really ask me to go ahead and shove their name down your throats. And in fact, a lot of the times that I mention them on this channel is because I want to. I reach out to them and say, hey, I'm going to mention you in this video. And they're always really appreciative of that, so I really appreciate that. It's a lot of appreciation going around, which means it's time to end the video. So as always, thanks for watching, and in the meantime, stay big. Or just wear small t-shirts like me. It's basically the same difference. We'll talk to you soon.